What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition, Deathinitive difficulty 100% walkthrough. We're playing this on the Xbox One, and in this episode, we are going to get a bunch of Boatman coins. We're going to get a couple of Book of the Dead pages, start that quest. We are going to talk to Maria and start that quest, and we'll go up here in a minute, talk to Alia. But first, we're going to come up here and talk to Maria and get the quest. That's the Shaman's Craft quest. So, let's talk to this lady.
We've been awaiting your arrival, Horsemen. Your shadow has long hovered over this realm.
Many know the Reaper, Old One, but I don't know you.
We are the builders of this world. But corruption seethes at its heart and destroys in days what we shaped over eons. Adar does his best to soothe our pain, but our souls yearn for only one comfort: death. We are without hope. Horseman, do you ever doubt your future?
No.
So one like yourself would set out to change a fate that displeases him. That is a long and dangerous path, even for Death himself.
How is that your concern, Shaman?
Only that I am skilled at crafting talismans. If you gather the proper materials and return them to me, I'll make a potent talisman to aid you on your journey.
What do you require?
Stalker's bone, mordant dew, and carven stone. It is not a simple charm.
Where can I find them?
Somewhere in the Forge lands. I rarely leave Tristone, but that pup Khan is always out exploring. He can tell you more, no doubt.
Tell me, Shaman, what is corruption?
I only know what I fear it to be. That corruption is hate, given life, and that hate does not come from trees or stones, but from ourselves.
You despair, Old One, and yet raise life from the earth.
I am a shaman, bound to this task even as our days darken. We are as the vines, coming to root, then to flower, and then to decay, dropping seeds upon the dust. A circle everlasting. I cannot stop it, nor can I stop you.
Tell me more about the Tree of Life.
The forest around the tree has been corrupted. It hungers. You cannot reach the tree, not with breath still in you. The path of a brother troubles you. It is your past, but also your future.
Elite item number 1, Pauldron of the Horsemen. Maria, the Maker Shaman, gave you this pauldron. The path of a brother troubles you, she said. It's your past, but also your future.
Stone, wood, iron.
Alright, so Maria is who I go to buy, like, my health and wrath potions from. I don't know why, but this is the Pauldron of the Horsemen. You have to be a level 5 to equip it, so we're not there yet. But I also tend to sell all my stuff to her. I don't know why. Like, of all the vendors, she's the one I go to for pretty much everything. Well, for potions and to sell items, but she is. So, I saw that and that. Yeah, so this is where you get your wrath and health potions. They're 1,000 gold or guilt a piece. So let's make our way to talk to Alia and get this thing going. Really get the game started. I guess we can go ahead and talk about this. So this is a Serpent Tome, and in the PS3, 360, and original Steam versions of the game, this was part of an achievement called the Pay It Forward achievement. Pay It Forward achievement. And basically, you would send an item to a friend. And you would, and then from there, like, that's all it was. You would send an item to a friend to get the achievement. This is what it looks like on the inside, but now it's just where you get, like, your Crucible passes. So, yeah, there it is. You can't get that achievement in the Deathinitive edition, so.
Maker's beard. The rumors are true. A horseman in the Forge lands. The name's Alia, and that's my brother Valis. We are the keepers of this forge. Though I reckon that means less now than once it did.
This is a maker's forge.
Nay, the Maker's Forge is lost to us, silenced by the hands of corruption. But in its depths we once crafted the dark towers of hell and the cities of heaven.
Now you make trinkets?
And you, one of the four, now seek the aid of the Makers? I guess we've all fallen from high places.
I came here seeking the tree, and your elder speaks of fire. What is it?
Aye, the fire of the mountain, the Stonefather's blood. It once flowed into our forge, as did the tears. Both imbued our craft with incredible power, the heart and the soul of stone. But corruption has taken them, and now our forge is silent.
Why does this concern me?
The way to the tree is lost, barred by corruption. You can no more leave this place than we. Restore our forge, and the tree can be reached.
I don't follow your reasoning.
We are makers, not warriors. But we are not without our weapons. Before the forge was lost, we crafted a mighty creature of soul and stone. A colossus to fight this corruption. But to awaken him requires a maker's key. And we need our forge to craft one. Will you help us?
What is this cauldron?
A temple built in the shadow of Stonefather's Peak. There, the fire of the mountain was harnessed and passed into our forge. Ride east of town, ride through the charred pass, and towards the cindery peak of the Stonefather. There, you will find the cauldron.
Man of no words, your brother.
But hardly silent. His voice is the ring of the hammer and the roar of the white flame.
Yes, he works while you talk. I may have need of a blade.
Is your need greater than ours, Horsemen? I think not. We fight for the survival of our realm and our kin. Prove worthy, and mayhaps we can do business.
Mayhaps we can do business. That's not a guarantee. Alright. So, let's go talk to Thane. This would be a really good area for me to be able to use my horse, because it takes a while to do all this running. No wonder Death is in such fantastic shape. I was gonna go somewhere else with that, and I completely blanked. So, yay! Cashew does stupid bits. Alright. Before we talk to him, though, we're gonna come over here and talk to Adard, because he has more to tell us.
The fire is more valuable than I, Horseman. You should make haste to the temple.
Fire alone won't save your realm. You speak of the forge.
Aye. Without the fire and the tears of the mountain, without the forge itself, we have no means to clear the forest and reach the tree of life.
What then?
Our power is over creation, yours over death and despair. You are Nephilim, Lord of Destruction. Perhaps in that there is hope.
Just how old is the forge?
It is as ancient as the realm itself, and perhaps even older. It is said the forge was the first thing we makers built, that in its depths we shaped entire worlds.
Alrighty, this raises an entire slew of questions, but let's talk to Thane.
Horsemen, you'll find not that way, but trouble.
Do what you must for your kin, old one. For mine, I ride to the Cauldron.
Well, if you fancy your corruption waist deep, that's as good a place as any. You know, there's a reason this gate is here. And if you were a friend, I wouldn't let you pass. But then, who is friend to death?
Have you wisdom to share, or was it long since knocked loose in battle?
Wisdom ain't like teeth. I've plenty left. Enough to stay clear of the Cauldron. The ancients filled it with right nasty traps. But one so clever as yourself will surely elude them.
Alright, so let him open the door for us. Thanks, pal. Roll that stone away. So, pretty much right off the bat, we can get our first collectible. Or, well, I guess technically not our first, since we got the Pauldron. But here's Boatman coin number 1. And theoretically, I like the idea of the Boatman coins, but there's not an achievement for them. There are 100 Boatman coins in the game, and we will get all of them, but there's not an achievement for them, so, and you can only use them for one thing, which I'll explain later when we get to that point. But, yeah, that's really all there is to say on that. There's no achievement, which I do find strange, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But regardless, we are going to get all 100 of them. And maybe at the end of this series, I might just cut it all together, and do like a compilation video of getting all 100 of them. So, in case you missed one, you can sort of see generally where it's at. That is straight Lord of the Rings, buddy. That's another thing I've noticed in the Darksiders franchise, or at least Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2, is there are some nods to Lord of the Rings. And as somebody who's been a fan of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit since I was a very small child, I'm in my 30s now, and I have, not that you need to know that, but I read The Hobbit when I was 6, and it has been one of my favorite books ever since. So, I like all the little nods. But that was Boatman coin number 2, and we'll be back to that door a little bit later. So if you miss it now, that's fine. You can always come back and get it, really at any point. But we're gonna keep going over here, and in the top right corner, if you're like when you first come in, it's the top right corner, and we're gonna get our first Book of the Dead page, and I'm gonna show you where a Mystic Stonebite is. So that way, when we do a Stonebite roundup, you can see that, or you can get it. Which, Book of the Dead page. A Book of the Dead page. Collect 10 of these to create a chapter, which can then be sold to Vulgrim. So, there are 40 of these in the entire game, and that's the first one. I don't know why that's showing up twice, but alright. That's the first one, and for every chapter, which is 10 pages, there is this cool little thing called a Death Tomb. And the first one is right here in the Forge Lands. And they have all kinds, it's literally like a loot vault. And in them are all kinds of chests for all kinds of loot. Some of them have Stonebite, some of them have, which this is a Stonebite. This is actually a Mystic Stonebite. There are 3 different types: Mystic, Power, and Resistance. And I'll talk more about that whenever we actually get that quest. But back to the Death Tombs, there are 4 of them, like I was saying, and they're basically like loot. Where am I going? I didn't go far enough. They're loot vaults, is what they are. Loot vaults. And there are chests in them with all kinds of loot, and some have skill points. There are, in some of them, there are elite items. There are Stonebites, Boatman coins, all kinds of goodies. So you definitely want to do that. I mean, you don't have to if you don't care about the 100%, but there is an achievement for opening all the Death Tombs. So, and an achievement for getting all the Book of the Dead pages, I believe. So, alright, so hop down here, and under this bridge is Boatman coin number 3. And again, you can get all of these Boatman coins when we come back to these areas. Like right now, you know, we'll do the Weeping Crag when we're a little bit higher level. So, I mean, you can do it now, but it's gonna be a little challenging. So, and as you can see, that's what it is. It's a neat little dungeon. If you can hear that noise, there's another Stonebite, and they all sound like that. So, if you hear that, there's a Boatman coin, or a Stonebite around. But first, we're going to go talk to Vulgrim, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the Book of the Dead pages, and I'll talk about the Boatman coins as well.
Greetings, Horsemen, and welcome. I've been expecting you.
Vulgrim. What brings you crawling out of the shadows?
I wouldn't want to lose my most valuable customer. Not to what lurks at the edge of shadows. So here I am, to offer my wares.
What do you know that I don't? I'm not here by choice, demon.
I merely followed the trail of carnage. Your blades are as sharp as ever. Even still, I may be able to help you. I carry things others would frown upon. Go on, take a look. You won't be disappointed.
Actually, to be perfectly honest, he is somewhat disappointing. So, the only thing good that is really in here is this respec. I'm not going to use it now, but there is an achievement for using it. And this legacy box. In the legacy box, there is one random possessed item. So, it's worth it, definitely. But as you can see, these boxes cost gold and Boatman coins. And that's literally the only purpose of the Boatman coins. They don't give us an achievement or anything like that.
Time, demon.
But, yeah.
Until then, perhaps you'll grant me a small indulgence. There are pages missing from the Book of the Dead. I believe many lie along your path. If you bring them to me, your reward will be substantial.
And so will be my damnation.
Alright, so that is where you officially get the Book of the Dead page side quest. And like I said, there are 40 of them, 10 per chapter, and you sell them back to Vulgrim. He gives you a bone key. The bone key unlocks the death tombs that I was talking about. But you can't use a bone key for any particular, or for any, like, death tomb. Like, for example, if you have, say you have, like, bone key number 2, and you forgot to go through bone key number 2, or you get like me where I get, like, just focused and I just completely space it. And you come across death tomb number 3, and you're like, oh, I'll just use this key. It won't work. You have to do them in order, for some reason. And I tested that theory because I was curious. I tested it on my Switch a few days ago, and there's another stone bite. I tested it on my Switch a few days ago, and that was the way that it was. I tested it on Steam after that just to make sure it wasn't like a Switch version thing, and it was the same thing, so. But like I said, we will be going to all of them in order anyway, so you'll see where they're at. And like I was saying before, or I think I started saying it, you can come back through this area and get any of these Boatman coins, the Book of the Dead pages, stone bites, later on in the game. So if you miss them now, it's okay. I get them now, as opposed to, like, when I go through. Oh, I have the hiccups. When I go through, like, specific areas, because of my OCD. My OCD is very particular, and I'm talking actual OCD, not generalized compulsivity, but or compulsive tendencies. But yeah, my OCD will not let me not get them. And I've tried, and it just makes me anxious and jittery, and which is weird. I know it makes no sense, but that's life with OCD for you. But anyway, so if you guys want, then once I get the game all uploaded and all of that, I can cut together like a compilation video for the stone bites and put in like a little card that tells you, exactly what area it's in. I can do it with Book of the Dead pages and stone bites as well. Absolutely don't mind to do that, but I'll probably take out my commentary track, though. Because that would be a really weird video. that would be a very strange video, and nobody would know what I was talking about. So, but I can absolutely do that if you guys want it. Just let me know in the comments. But those compilation videos definitely will not be up before the end of the game. So, alright. So, got ourselves another Boatman coin. And after we kill this guy, we're going to get ourselves another Boatman coin and another Book of the Dead page. So, and I think I said it earlier, but just in case I didn't, like I said, we're making our way to the Cauldron, and when we get Redemption and the Lure Stone, we will literally be going through this exact same path to get those stone bites that we can't get right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. And but point number 5. I completely spaced on what I was saying. Got distracted by a Boatman coin. Oh yeah, we'll be coming, like, literally this identical path will be coming back through to get the stone bites that we can't get right now. I don't know if I'm going to do that before the Drench Ford or after the Drench Ford. It'll probably just depend on how much time we have when I get to that area. So, but anyway, over here is Book of the Dead page number 2. Right behind that statue. But if I don't kill these guys, they're going to hurt me first. No, you don't. No, you do not. Get them, ghoulies. Get them. And Book of the Dead page number 2. And I'm not putting a ticker on screen because, as you can see, it does it for me. So, it's the same thing with, like, the Boatman coins. And the stone bites are the same thing. It tells you exactly how much you got out of how many. So, there's no need for me to do that like I did with Darksiders 2. I mean, Darksiders 1 with, like, the Wrath shards and the Lifestone shards and all that. Abyssal armor pieces. And so the Abyssal armor also exists in this game. Actually, we'll talk about this. Okay, so up here, if you go up there, and you see these pegs, we have to have the Death Grip, but over here is a chest. So when we get Death Grip, we'll be coming back to it, because we can't get it yet. Which is very frustrating. So, in my opinion, it's frustrating. So, alright, come up here for, what's it called? Boatman coin and a chest, but Boatman coin number 6. So, you can hear that stone bite. It's like gazebo-like area. Hello. Chest. They gave me crappy loot. Where is it? Where you be? I think. There it is. It's on the broken one. There's another stone bite. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't think so. See, this is another complaint. It's a minor complaint, but, you can't see through the grass. So, it makes things a little bit difficult. I mean, I get it. I would rather the grass not be see-through, but the way the camera can be, it's annoying sometimes, like when I'm fighting. But there's Boatman coin number 6. Hello, Despair. And Death, I don't know. So, okay, so right here, if you look on the little mini-map, that little weird-looking area, that's where we got that. I just climbed up the other side. So, alright, we are nearing the Charred Pass, which is denoted by the color change. That is not a time of day change, that is a location change. Killed this dude. There we go. And climb up here. Back jump. And you can hear the stone bite, but again, we can't get it until we get the Lure Stone and Redemption. Let's see if we can see it though. No, probably because it's probably right above me. But climb over, and there's that loot chest. There it is, right up there. Alright, so hop over. What? I've never fallen through that before. Huh. It's alright. We'll just wall run, I guess, across, but I've never fallen down that way before. Interesting. I mean, I guess there's a gap, so it's possible. It's never happened before. Alright, got a loot chest. And drop down.
This is no place for a horse.
Yes, it is. Okay, so this is part of another side quest. Called Sticks and Stones. I think it's Sticks and Stones. But it's, there are 4 of those, and they are limbs for a guardian called, I think he's a guardian, called, Oran. So, we will be activating that side quest a little bit later. Sorry about the yawn. Alright, I know they're contagious, I'm sorry. That's what happens when I record this game, when I play video games late at night. But I have to decompress. Kill this dude, and like I mentioned before, I kill all the things because I want that experience, which is that top gray bar. And I do that rather than just like avoid them, because there is an achievement for reaching level 30. However, it's weird the way it's set up, because through the main game you only cap out at level 22, even though you keep accumulating, Boatman coin number 7, even though you keep accumulating experience. And then when you start New Game Plus, all that experience you accumulate is applied, and you can continue to level up from there. Now, to that end, I probably will not, and by probably I mean I won't, record the New Game Plus go through. I'll probably, record bits and pieces of it, because there are some items that we can go ahead and get that we can't get in the original run, like expansion stuff. Hello, level up. Type stuff, like certain elite items and stuff like that. I'll record those for sure, but as far as making you guys sit through an entire second walkthrough, you can see a chest over there, but we'll get that in a second. But rather than make you guys sit through an entire walkthrough, because it's literally just the game a second time, just with extra stuff, like, there's no point. So, it would be, I mean, for a lot of it, it would be a waste of your time to sit and do it, or to sit and watch, because it's literally, like I said, it's the same game. So, let's see here. I'll go ahead and get that. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes. And because I have pages. Alright. And you probably saw the red stone bite. I forgot to actually note it. And that was a power stone bite. So, there's Boatman coin number 8. And I think that is, well, besides that chest, I think that's everything. Alright, let's grab that chest. I'll use my ghoulies. My ghoulies. Okay. Alrighty. So, if you're playing the Necromancer, especially like later on in the game when we're higher level, those ghoulies are freaking awesome. They give you, like, you'll end up getting 3 of them instead of the 2, and like, they help regenerate your wrath, which is awesome, especially like when we get like possessed weapons and stuff like that. We're like, the stats are already boosted because of that. It's just a grand old thing. We'll come in here and get... There's another stone bite in here, but we will also get... Excuse you, Deathmeister. Let's go. There we go. And hop up, hop up. We'll grab this chest. But anyway, yeah, so building up those ghouls, and
I have to go alone.
aw, I tried to drop down onto my horse. There we go. But yeah, we will like those ghouls do like really awesome things if you play as a necromancer on the necromancer skill tree. I'm not really a fan of Harbinger. I've played it. It's just not really my style. I like the kind of casters type style. So, but that's just my play style. You may like the other better. Totally up to you. But for now, let's kill some things before we start the Cauldron, which we'll actually do. Haha. Knocked him off the edge. Which we will actually do. Whoa. Okay, so I don't know if I've said this before, but if you have like your ghoulies set, if you're playing as a necromancer, you have your ghoulies out like that. If you do a finisher move, they will blow up. So
The tales be true. A rider has come to the realm.
Not another one.
You're the Nephilim, the one they call Death. How did you get here?
Took a wrong turn. It appears I'm stranded here with the rest of you.
If you seek the Cauldron, you should know that it fell to corruption fair long ago. I can still feel the fire itself rumbling deep in the earth.
I'll take my chances. You're different than the others. Less pleasant on the eyes, for one.
I could say no less for you. Folks around town call me Pup or Lad, but I prefer my own name. Calm.
Pup it is, then.
As you will. Matters not to me.
Your shaman has offered me a talisman if I bring her the materials.
You'd be wise to accept then. Her craft is mighty powerful.
Where do I find Stalker's bone?
You'll find stalkers prowling the Cauldron. Should be simple work if your name is any indication. Say, if you're headed in there, you mind doing something for me?
Yes, I mind. Aren't I doing enough already?
Perhaps. Though it seems to me you're doing right enough for yourself. Our benefit being a fortunate side effect. Well, if it ain't much trouble, I left an old metal platter in there, with the image of 2 hammers scribed in the center. Not much to look at, but it was my journeyman piece. Last thing I ever forged.
A dish? You want me to bring you a dish?
Yes, well, it has sentimental value. If you find it, I'll make it worth your while.
Why not restore the fire yourself?
I came here just for that purpose. Figured I'd pop the cork, so to speak. Be the hero. But the Cauldron is locked up well and tight, and the way through was swallowed by fire. You look capable enough. Perhaps you can find a way. I'll wait here and guard the entrance.
Ha, you do that, buddy. Alright, everyone. We will take on the Cauldron in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in another video.